So I've come to realize that I spend a lot of my life getting prepared for airports, spending time at airports, spending time on airplanes. So I've developed some of these tricks of the trade and decided, hey, why don't I share some of these hacks with you guys? Some of them you already know, but for example, buy your tickets well in advance, gonna get a better rate on them. Sundays and Tuesdays seem to be the best days to buy your tickets. You want to be part of websites like Airfare Watchdog, where you can put notification for desired cities that you want to go to. So for example, if you want to go to Washington, D.C., you put it in there and it notifies you whenever there's a deal that it finds online. If you're traveling in pairs and you're buying the seats, try to buy the window and the aisle seat if you're a pair. The reason why is because when people, after you look for seats, they'll see that both of these seats are taken. They don't want to take the middle seat if this is a row of 3.
And hopefully you end up having the whole row to yourselves.
I highly recommend that if you fly a lot, that you're a part of Global Entry and TSA PreCheck, because you just don't have to take off your shoes, you don't have to take out stuff from your bag, you don't have to get in these long lines, you zip right through, especially if you spend a lot of times in airports and airlines. It's well worth the money.
It's $85 for TSA PreCheck, $100 for Global Entry. It's good for multiple years. You just have to go through a background check and you're good to go.
Get a credit card with a mileage plan. So if you happen to live in a city, for example, if you live in London, then you want to get and you travel a lot, you want to get like a British Airways credit card, or you just want to get a credit card with a good mileage plan. You can find those. They're always changing online.
People like to dress down for airline travel because they want to be comfortable. But for me, I always dress up, and that's just a piece of advice that I always give, because you just get treated better along the way. I mean, airline travel in itself is already difficult, so just to have ease and have people upgrade you, treat you nicer, offer you drinks because they think you're someone just by your dress, I always advise it. Pack your own lunch, dinner, snack, because prices at the airport and on the airplane are just absurd. When you approach the airport terminal by car, whether you're driving or by taxi or by Uber, and let's say you have a flight with American Airlines, and let's say that the door of the American Airlines terminal is right here. Optimally, people like to get let out right here, right in front of the door, so they can go directly into the terminal. And what ends up happening after that is that people end up stacking and parking behind the car or off to the side, which creates all this traffic. But what I do is I have the driver pass the terminal door, barely, I mean literally right past the door, and park right there. There's no one there, and then you have a direct shot to the terminal.
When you're about to board at the gate, I always try to board first. I know people like to sit down and wait to the very end because they don't like standing in line, but the reason why you want to board first is because if they happen to run out of overhead space, you don't want to be forced to check in your bag, especially if you don't have any checked in luggage. So if you don't have any checked in luggage, your once carry-on becomes checked in, and now you got to wait at your destination.
For your carry-on luggage, you always want your most important items on the top for easy access.
Try not to check in luggage. If you can avoid checking in luggage, saves you time, also saves you problems if they happen to lose your bags. So another trick that I have is always pack the first few days of clothes and necessities in your carry-on. The reason why is because if they happen to lose your bag for a few days, you have the most important outfits and necessities with you, so that if they happen to get your bag, hopefully within a day or two, you're good.
To maximize space in your luggage, what you want to do is, after you traditionally fold your clothing items, is to roll them up, and that's how you optimize space.
Get an aisle seat.
But why? I just like the freedom and the mobility. If I'm in a hurry and I have to catch my connecting flight and I'm late, I'm already on the aisle seat. So right when the plane stops, I can start inching my way to the front. Easy access to the washroom and the overhead bin. I don't have to wake people up to get to the aisle. But I know some of you like the window seat because, of course, you have better views, and better views means what? Better pictures for your Instagram. You can sleep undisturbed. You don't get bumped by people as they're walking through the aisle. But you just have to do a personal cost-benefit analysis to see which one's best for you. But I just simply prefer the aisle seat. So, happy travels. Bon voyage. Safar Saeed. Peace.